Welcome everybody to this summary video of building the Tau FireWarrior Cosplay Battle Armor Helmet. I'm Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield. So up to this point here, we've done all the designs for the helmet. I've started building the various panels and I've showed you how to address some of the issues you may run into as you start assembling the helmet together. To build the back of the helmet, it's been the same process up to this point. I went ahead, sculpted it out with monster clay, and then I covered it with foam and I covered it with Warbler. What I did a little bit differently here is that when I sculpted the back piece in monster clay, I didn't have quite enough monster clay to build the entire back part of the helmet in one piece. So I just took some extra foam pieces I had laying around, shoved it in there as filler, and I was able to save a lot of monster clay when I sculpted this back piece, and I was able to complete it in one piece of foam and Warbler. Moving on back to the front of the helmet, building a little sensor array is the same process still. I sculpted the sensor array out as a block of monster clay, and then I took the foam, heated up, put it over it, took Warbler, heated up, put it over it also, to create a solid object. To actually attach the sensor array to the front of the helmet, I kind of held it in place. I traced around with a marker, cut that area out, slid the sensor array in place into that thing I just cut out, putting super glue in a few places. I got a temporary hold of the sensor array in place, and I filled the rest of the gaps around the sensor array in with Gorilla Glue. This is the same process I used to assemble all the other pieces of the helmet. With all the assembly done, it's time to move on and give the helmet a coating of resin. Now up to this point, how I build these cosplay pieces, I have been using Smooth On Smooth Cast 300, which is the white resin you're seeing kind of cured already the helmet here. The problem with it is that Smoothcast 300 is a pure liquid resin, and try to put it on a curved surface, it runs off. So a lot of it ends up running off, and the only way to really get it to attach to the helmet was to put it on in lots of very thin layers, and that tended to result later on in a lot of sanding work. What I discovered halfway through this build is there's a different type of smooth-on resin you can use. This gray resin you see here is called Shell Shock. What makes it different than Smoothcast 300 is it goes on much more as a gel than as a liquid, and it stays in place a lot better. And it still should be sandable come later on. So now that I've got a couple layers of resin on this thing, it's all bumpy and disgusting, I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with a 60 grit sandpaper to smooth it down quite a bit and hopefully get it pretty close to being nice and smooth. That brings you up to speed with the build as it is right now. Once I've got the sanding done, there'll probably be a few more areas that need some more resin, but we'll deal with that in the future. Once again, I am Jason, the creator of the Tabletop Battlefield. For more information on building this Tau FireWarrior Cosplay Helmet, you can find the rest of the summary episodes here on this YouTube channel. And to watch live, you can follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/RockoRobotics. Thank you for watching, and have a good night.